Centuries ago, the Malian Emperor Mansa Musa sent his best and brightest scholars, explorers, warriors, and artisans across the great Western Ocean to discover new lands. They succeeded in ways no one could imagine. Now, 3,000 years later, their descendants have made a home for themselves on a new planet, and the calls of adventure and discovery are stronger than ever. Join creative director Tanya DePass as Invicta, the High-and-Old Blade Keeper, DJ Knight as Ikemba, the Musalian Biopriest, Michael Sinclair II as Ilay, the Misajai Lightbringer, Christina Ariel as Sila 919, the Mansagene Biopriest, Abria Iyengar as Koseh, the Hyanol Fixer, and Eugenio Vargas as the Storyteller, as they explore new planets, make new friends, and treat everyone they meet luxuriously. Welcome to the Motherlands.
Into the Motherlands for the penultimate episode of Season 2, Episode 9. My name is Eugenio. I am DM Jazzy Hands, and I will be your storyteller this evening. I'm very happy to be back with y'all. We did miss you last week, but of course we had exciting goings-on happening elsewhere last week, which I'm sure we'll bring up later. But before I keep yammering, why don't we introduce the amazing people that are here with us this evening to play? I do want to start off and just say that unfortunately our let's just not give a title so we don't start a fight. Our Mansagene Sila 919 is not going to be with us this evening, so I will be taking a little bit of control over Sila 919 and just at the top, and then she'll be rebooting for this week's episode, but she'll be back for the finale. So that out of the way, let's see who else. Oh, I got a roll, and there's a different number of you. And I was gone, so I didn't have a dice. Let's see who's up first. Up first is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's Michael.
All right, cool. Hello, folks. My name is Michael Sinclair II. I play Ilay, the Misajai Lightbringer. Their pronouns are they, them. My pronouns are he, him. And super excited to play today's game.
Yeah. All right, next up, it goes under the thing is 1, 2. That is DJ.
And I was waiting for that to not be me, but well played on making Michael first again. Like before I say anything else.
Yes.
The dice are with us. I'm DJ, DJ Knight on pretty much all the platforms. I'm playing Ikemba, your Masalian Biopriest. His and my pronouns are he, him. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in and watching the show.
All right. Next up is 1 and 2 and 3. That's Abria.
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar playing Koseh, your Hyanol Fixer, and both she and my pronouns are she, her, and I'm so excited to be back this week. Yay.
Too. Nice to see all your faces again. Someone whose face I saw lots of last week, and it was great. Last but most certainly not least, Tanya.
Oh, hey, I'm back. How's everyone doing? My name's Tanya. Both my pronouns and Invicta, my Blade Keeper Hyanol, who I play, are she, her. And I did get to see a lot of Eugenio, and it was great.
It was great. And once again, I'm Eugenio. I'll be your storyteller. I use he, him pronouns. And we'll get our turn soon. Don't you worry. So welcome back, everyone. We're very happy to have you here after our little week off. I have to say a few thanks for seeing. I don't remember how any of this goes. It's amazing what an extra week will do. I have to thank people, and then we have to tell you what happened last time, which was now a long time ago, and then we will play a game. That's what my script says. I don't have a script. Before all of you start coming for me for scripting this story. No. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words in front of me on the screen, and they are Die Hard Dice, Blue Microphones, Cortex, and Twitch. So let me tell you about those words. Die Hard Dice, hey, they're great. And they made an awesome set of dice called Musalian Skies just for us. If you all haven't picked up your set, you should go to dieharddice.com and check them out and get a set. And then check out all the other awesome dice that they have there and pick those up as well. In fact, we'll make it a little easier on you if you use the code ILAY, I-L-A-Y, at checkout. You will get 10% off your whole order. That code is good for another 7 days. So use it now while you still can. Thanks, everybody at Die Hard. We appreciate you. The next two words on my document in front of me is blue microphones. Just like Die Hard, they are also supporting us, making sure we have the stuff that we need, including these. I don't know if you can. Oh, you can. Yes, including these excellent mics. We appreciate them very, very much for their support. And you can check out what they have available for you by going to bluemic.com. The sixth word on, I don't know, this is now a thing because I started it and I just have to see it through. So the sixth word on my document is Cortex. And of course, we have to thank folks over at Cortex by Fandom. This stream of Into the Motherlands is powered by Cortex Prime, and we are very grateful to them for their awesome system. If you want to know more about it, you should follow them on Twitter at Fandom Tabletop. They've been talking a lot lately about the official Dragon Prince RPG, Tales of Xadia, the upcoming Masters of the Universe RPG, so go check them out. As usual, we will be giving out a code for a digital copy of the Cortex Prime Handbook during this stream. As always, keep an eye on the chat. Mods will let you know how to enter, and do be aware that you have to be here at the end of the stream when we pick the winner and claim it in chat. Otherwise, we will have to pick someone else. So a little incentive to stay through to the bitter end. More on giveaways soon, because we have exciting news for next week, but I'll do that in a moment, because the last word on my document is Twitch. And of course, we have to thank Twitch because we premiere our episodes exclusively here on Twitch every week. And we're very grateful for their support and for believing in us to give us a second season. So thank you to Twitch for that. Very quickly, since I already sort of mentioned it, we want to let you know that next week is our season 2 finale. It has already been, well, this is our 9th week. We have one more next week. We hope that you will all be here. Tell your friends, have them come as well. It's going to be very exciting. And in addition to our usual Cortex handbook giveaway, we are also, because the very kind folks at Logitech wanted to celebrate with us, so we are going to be giving away 5, not 1, not 2, but 5 of the Logitech G502 Lightspeed mice next week. Tanya there is showing you one. Very nice, all the buttons, very fancy, good quality hardware, and we're going to be giving away 5 of those next week in addition to our Cortex Prime code. So yeah, I mean, if the finale wasn't enough to look forward to, you got that. Anything else? What have I forgotten? Thank you all for the Kickstarter. I forgot we haven't seen you since that finished up, but this is our first time back live since that closed. 360,606, I believe, was the final number. Absolutely incredible. We are so excited for the incredible book that we now get to create for you all, with all of the add-ons and all of the extra sections and all of the new stuff. It is, I mean, we've been saying this for weeks, but like now that it's done, it's even more true. Like, it is mind-boggling. It is overwhelming. It is bananas. Thank you all for all of you who supported, who signal boosted, who pledged, whatever you did. We cannot wait to get this book out to you all in all of its glory. And that's because of y'all that supported. So thank you. Did I miss anything? God, I've been talking forever. Gotta get you on now.
Some of y'all are in a movie that's out.
Oh, yeah. There's a movie called Game Changer that was part of the Queen Collective at this year's Tribeca Film Festival, which is this really incredible initiative that finds Black female creators and gives them money and lets them do what they want to do. Last year, there were 2 incredible films by Black women directors. This year, there were 4, and one of those 4 is called Game Changer, and it is about our very own Tanya here, about all of the incredible work that she has done in the gaming sphere with I Need Diverse Games to make gaming a more diverse and inclusive space. You can check it out on the BET website. I know in the States, it is currently up and able to be streamed whenever you would like, and hopefully that will be true in other countries soon. But yeah, it's called Game Changer, and it's a really awesome movie directed by Tina Charles of the WNBA. And yes, those of us who are in Motherlands and in Rivals of Waterdeep have a few little features, which is very exciting. So yeah, there's that. So go check that out and give our wonderful fearless leader here a little congrats, because it was about her and her amazing work. So thank you for that.
So proud of you.
Yeah. Okay, now is there anything else I've forgotten?
No.
Always.
Oh, thank goodness. And for the love of all things holy, one of you start talking and give us a recap of what happened 2 weeks ago. I'm tempted to make Tanya do it, which would be hilarious.
I got y'all.
All right. Michael's got it. He's saving you.
All right. So last week, I believe we're towards the tail end of taking care of the huge robot or sort of AI machine problem that we had. A bunch of us went down, and it was a pretty worrying time. We didn't know if we were going to make it out of that mess.
Yeah, let's hold on, though. Let's not gloss over this, because this was a fun moment where I got to scare all of you, but not actually kill any of you. Who all was down by the end of that scene?
Me.
Ilay was down. Invicta was like kind of down. Ikemba was like mostly down.
Could have been down.
Probably.
I think she didn't understand. Like, that's a D12 an injury. Please take a nap.
Please take a nap. Well, Tiwi went down.
Oh, too soon.
Oh, yeah. I know. Okay. All right. Go. I don't mean to interrupt. Go on. I just wanted to enumerate that.
Who's the note taker here, Eugenio? I was kidding.
Yes. We got it. Yes, a little snark. I love it. Go.
And then at some point, Shoga was, copyright distinct, I guess what people say here, lava bending at some point there. So that was a thing, and we were very much surprised. He got inhabited by, or was a kind of like vessel for a lava type god or being or deity, I believe. Tiwi and let's see, Tiwi, R.I.P. Tiwi, they really helped us out, and by helping us like take care of the robot. Ikemba gave some medical assistance to Ilay and found out a little bit more of how the Misagi, I guess, biology works in some senses, and it was kind of like a quantum effect of ones and zeros for Ikemba. Let's see. Oh, there was a moment between Silent 919 and Koseh, because Silent 919 was concerned that Koseh might have not cared about mechanical beings, and that's not true. We found out that so I'm saying a lot. We find out that Koseh cares deeply a lot about mechanical beings, and that was a little bit of a moment. Sila 919 also sings to heal Koseh, which was a nice tender moment. And then we went into some backstory with Koseh and how Tiwi came to creation. And I think the only last thing I have on my notes is that there's a metal disc on back of Ikemba's neck, and we're trying to figure that out. So I think that's what I have.
Yeah. What? That was so coherent and in order and useful. Well, thanks,
that makes me almost want to take notes. Almost.
Wow.
Almost being the key word, I think.
Wow. Shade.
I love it. All right. Well, that is all correct. That is where we left off. You all had gotten down. You'd pretty much gotten down the volcano. Noticed as you all were sort of right just past where the rockfall was when you were ascending, that you could see had been sort of melted back into the mountain itself, the volcano itself, when you got there from the top. So you'd basically gotten all the way down, and that's when y'all noticed the disc just behind Ikemba's ear. Tried to figure out what it was, and that is about where we left it. So I mean, we'll pick up right there. You all have been up to the volcano. You found the thing that came out of the mysterious crash ship. That's what brought you here to Mandira in the first place. You found one of the things that came out of the ship. You found out some things about it. And my question for you all is, in addition to whatever you're going to do about whatever's on Ikemba, the back of Ikemba's ear, is what's next? What's the plan?
Ikemba thought that the plan was to have everybody check themselves in the off chance that it wasn't just him that had that in his neck.
Well, if
And also,
you're hoping...
I'm so glad that our resident note taker was the person who gave the recap because I forgot 90% of that.
I love it.
Thank you, sir.
I wasn't here, so.
Well, if you are hoping to be able to like commiserate with someone else that might have a disc, I have only disappointing news for you. No one else seems to have one.
Sorry, I don't have one.
Well, that's interesting then.
It was interesting before.
It's even more interesting now.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt or anything, right?
Not in the slightest.
Don't believe I can be much help because things of a mechanical or metal nature isn't quite well understood by myself.
I'm now very curious. That was it. He was just saying very curious. Continue, please.
I just want to know where you all are headed at this point. If you want to sort of hang out here at the base of the volcano for this, that's fine. The Wistful Wish is parked a little ways outside of town. There is the bubble where the crashed exploded thing is. I guess there's the hospital. Mandira is a vacation town, so there are hotels. Whereabouts are you all going? Where would you like to take a load off and figure out what next steps are?
Probably should get away from this volcano. Also, am I still in the braid, Bjorn?
That was the other thing I was going to bring up, which is that Silent 919 is currently being rather quiet after her moment with Koseh. But yes, Invicta, you are still on Sila's front or back. I guess that's up to you. But yes, you are still being toted by Silent 919 and her braid Bjorn.
Oh my god, I just feel like I look like a turtle. Like I'm probably like on her back, and I'm like, I look so undignified right now. What do you? I see Koseh about to do something.
Nope. This is my growth arc. I say nothing.
This is my growth
arc.
Oh,
now you want to be quiet.
I say nothing. Incredible.
Now you want to be quiet. Okay, I see you. I see you.
Are we going to be held responsible for Shoga's disappearance? Because I think he's inside the volcano now as part of it.
I guess that's something that would be great to communicate to the townspeople or whoever.
Well, they're not going to believe us. That sounds like we did a murder.
Every time you speak about this, Koseh, Bertrand just gets a little smaller. Just sort of like, what if they do blame murder? Yeah. But we didn't do a murder.
Yeah. The only witness that saw like Shoga go up with us and didn't see him come back with us is that pirate lady that was dead a little bit.
This is true, but at the same time, if we just zip away, it would probably be more suspicious.
Yeah.
Can someone get me off Silas' back?
No, you should stay there.
No.
I'll help Invicta get off Silas' back.
Oh my god, I want to use the Dragon Age quote so bad, but it doesn't fit.
I'm sure Sila will have something to say about it, but we'll let you down.
Oh, Invicta hasn't forgot that calling me a disgrace. That hasn't been forgotten.
Yep.
It may have been
think about that while you're walking off my boot. While you're walking on that boot I made for you.
That's right.
You know what? Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna put super glue in your shampoo.
Yikes.
Hurtful.
And we're furry.
That's so much shampoo.
Oh.
Kimber just pulls out a glass and just, well, this is interesting then.
Everyone seems to have forgotten about my disc. Yeah.
I have not.
Well, sorry, everyone but Ilay, yeah.
It would be Ilay to not forget.
It would.
Correct.
It would.
I think we should head back to Bertrand's ship. We might need to collect ourselves and figure out what we need to do from here. I mean, several of us are injured, and we do not know about what that device is on the back of your neck there, Ikemba. So I don't think the hospital would probably be the first place we visit, with a lot of unknowns. And I guess we can also get our story straight about Shoga, so it doesn't appear that we're lying, but more clear about what occurred up there.
Well, with that rousing agreement, Bertrand is very enthusiastic about going back. Bertrand needs to lie down. Bertrand is an engineer who doesn't really like leaving his ship if he doesn't have to. So he is enthusiastic, and will guide you all back to the Wistful Wish, which was just a little ways down from the crashed whatever it was exploded vessel. And you all can. So I guess my first question is: do you want to rest first, and I guess this is mostly directed towards Ikemba, rest first or deal with this first?
Deal with that first.
Yes.
You don't know.
Okay.
Something back of the neck and then rest. It's like reset. Who this?
Oh no, not that.
Ilay knows Ikemba well. That wasn't gonna fly. The idea of not getting that done.
Don't write that down. Don't write that down. I'm not giving you ideas. Chill.
Wow.
Too late. The idea's already there. You already did this thing.
Chill.
Good job.
Upsetting.
Good job. It's quite upsetting.
All right, so you all make it back to the Wistful Wish, and you know there is you remember from the last time you all came back to the ship injured as very injured. We're on front page. I can't say that. So there's a little, a first aid station. To call it a medical facility is maybe a little kind, but there's a first aid station with basic medical equipment and stuff there. And diagnostic equipment, which we can give a try. What are we tell me more about how we're trying to look into this thing, Ikemba?
Ikemba's not even sure where to start. Just
the
hospital would be the first place to guess, but he imagines that it's not an operational thing. It's not going to be something that's done in a hospital. That seems like something that was done on the sneak somewhere. So he wants to go and look and see if there is any like black market in the area.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so like a what do we want to call it? Like a black market, like medic, or like a black market like biomod type thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because biomods would exist in this universe. So somebody, especially being a biopriest, he knows that there are people who understand the body. So
sure.
With it being something that he can't detect with his abilities,
yeah,
there's got to be if somebody knows about it. It's a place that is illegal.
For what it's worth, I think as you're thinking about this, Ikemba, and trying to figure out like who might know about this, where can we get more than like basic diagnostics, it does occur to you that you did meet a pirate and poacher on that mountain who is the only sort of let's say extra legal person you have really met in Mandira, which is generally a fairly sleepy and calm beachside vacation town. So if you were looking for someone to ask, you could do that. Otherwise, you could just go back to that food market and sort of look around on your own and try and find stuff on your own.
I feel like with the idea of the food market, the second Ikemba hears it, he's immediately like,
should have known. I should have known.
Please.
Wow.
I should have known.
Actually, depending on how Invicta's feeling, she would actually like to kind of check out this disc because she does have an engineering background.
Okay, let's see. And you're doing that now back on the Wistful Wish?
If we've gone there, yes. And if Ikemba has not come back to the Wistful Wish, she's going to try. Party. Okay.
Yeah.
If not, she's going to be like, Bertrand, I need you to like check my progress and see when I can take this damn boot off because she's tired of this boot.
All right. So we'll say that you're back on the wish and that you can all sort of, you all go into the first aid bay where at least you have a little more than like your eyes and your fingers, right? To like examine this thing and see what's going on. As you all look, so Invicta, you sort of are looking in there. Maybe Ilay is looking around it, maybe for anything that happened to the skin around it. Koseh and Invicta have their engineering to have a look. The only real things that you notice is Koseh and Invicta, as you try to use whatever instruments are available to you on the wish, it really is not responding to anything. At most, you're getting readings of its existence, which is sort of more than what Ikemba was able to do with his biopriest abilities. But aside from that, it's really not giving off any discernible readings to y'all's instruments. Ilay, sorry, I have just decided that you're looking at the bio side of this. I hope that's okay. Please.
I was going to mention it, but everyone was kind of had their hand in it, and so Ilay was just waiting for it.
Of course. So once these two Hyenols are done, using they use, they connect the nav system to it at one point. They try everything. You finally get a chance to take a closer look, with some proper lights, maybe with some proper, imaging things. And the only new thing that you sort of notice, Ilay, is that there is some really, really light bruising around the disc, around where the disc is. Just a little bit of subcutaneous bleeding. It's not even really noticeable until you take an image, like not a microscope, but a sci-fi magnifying glass and really sort of get close, and there's just the barest little bit of bruising around it. Yeah.
I am also going to get a piece of gauze because I imagine there's gauze somewhere around here.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to fold the gauze to where there's like a corner that's really nice, and then I'm going to put it in Ikemba's ear to see if there's any yellow fluid.
There
CSF fluid, cerebrospinal fluid.
I knew exactly where you're going. It's nothing that bad. But yeah, you do check, and I mean, there's no cerebrospinal fluid there. I don't know what else you may or may not find, Ikemba. How often do we clean our ears?
Daily.
Well, then comes out
clean.
Clean as anything. So there isn't that. So it looks like it wasn't that. As you take a closer look, the only other thing that you can sort of discern from this is that you get the sense that it's an impact bruise. That however it got there, it was at a reasonable velocity that may have caused this bruising. Yeah.
I also get a reflex hammer, and with the lightest touch that I think is going to be okay, possibly, I'm going to give that disc a little tap.
Yeah. Ikemba, when Ilay taps it, it's not painful, but you hear maybe hear is not the right word. You sense a sort of ringing in your mind. None of the rest of you hear anything. In fact, it just sort of sounds like Ilay took a little reflex hammer and just sort of thumped it on Ikemba's neck. There really isn't anything else for the three of you to hear. But Ikemba, you hear or you feel a sort of reverberation in your head with that. And I think you feel a little sleepy.
And immediately just
yes, tell me what's going on. No, we're not having that. Bertrand, can you please get some sort of caffeinated sauce for us,
let him go to
please?
sleep. Let's cut it out.
No. Sleep is...
No.
Why?
Bertrand has like an epinephrine shot in one hand and an anesthetic in the other. Is like, I don't know which one to use.
Actually, that's great. Grab that epinephrine and slam it into his thigh.
No.
Well, you ain't sleepy no more. You ain't sleepy no more. That's
not going to be sleepy.
and for what it's worth, it does work. It absolutely works. The reverberation clears. The sleepiness clears.
Well, now he's got to be awake while we got it off.
We're not cutting anything off of him.
What? You couldn't read it?
Days, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I couldn't Read it.
Okay. I like to explain, and all of you obviously. When you tapped the disc, I didn't feel it as much as I heard it through my entire mind.
I see.
And it made me quite sleepy. I will be awake for 8 days at this point. Does anyone have a computer? I would love to type. I want to write a story, a novel, something. I don't have any dice. I just want to keep rolling dice or something. I've got one right here. Just and that's a 3. So
somebody please get this
I've got
man a
more
little
dice
bit
here.
of
I've got
cheese
an
as well.
Perfect.
If we can
hold on.
roll the dice
No,
and
this
see
is
what
good
happens.
for me. There's someone at my
There's
level right
numbers
now.
of all types. Every number that ever existed is right here on these dice. I'm not sure what else to roll.
Bertrand, please get some
and
cheese.
everything. Look at all of my dice.
I like your dice.
Ikemba,
Your dice are great.
can you like taste light right now? Are you okay?
I don't know about tasting light.
It was
but-
epinephrine, not LSD.
Like
How close are we to the beach? I smell gush puppies. I need more of them.
Bertrand comes in, I mean, you can hear him running, comes in with a beautifully wrapped large wheel of cheese that he had ready to present and just pulled out for this moment and sort of hands it towards Ikemba, but looks to Ilay and sort of gives them a nod like, is that like this? Yes.
And Ikemba just reaches out and grabs it and is like, would anyone like any more of this? I can get knives. I can cut them all. I can just cut slices.
Oh, yeah.
No knife for you right now.
You
I
can
can
just chew
chop,
it.
I can fillet, I can do all of the things.
I would like you to keep
immediately
your
as she
fingers.
says,
Terms of cutting
no
with a
knives, he
knife.
just hands her a slice of cheese. Like he had a knife somewhere. And
Right.
just, here, this is for you. And then just
Fine, it could be
like,
much worse.
everyone, please have a slice. I bet this is amazing. And then he
Oh
just
my
gets the piece and just
God.
like, this is delicious. I love it. Bertrand, where did you get this from? It's delicious.
Name your
I'm
3
ready-
favorite cheeses right now. Go.
Gouda, brie,
Oh my
smoked
God.
Gouda as well, and then also there is a lovely thing called butter case, which is lovely. It's like very
Butter
buttery
case.
flavor. It's very soft. It's very gentle. It's very nice on your palate. And then also cheddar, not sharp cheddar per se, but mild cheddar is definitely awesome. And then Colby Jack, which has a mix of cheddar. And
So
then
at this
cheese as
point,
well. And then
Bertrand
provolone, it's all
goes
delicious.
over to
I
you,
recommend all of the
Ilay,
cheeses.
Yep.
and sort of like hands you the anesthetic syringe and just goes, it's up to you. I gotta go, and leaves.
It's much better this way. And then I'm going to
Don't kill that man. You're gonna kill him. Give it
Right when
to
Ilay
us.
says, I'm going to
yeah,
I like have more cheese. It's delicious.
Thank
You should try it.
I just want to see because my concern was when I did that tap
Yes.
that it was connected to some sort of. First, I checked the CSF
Cheese is
fluid to
delicious.
see
Who wants more?
if it's something that's happening to his nervous system that was more connected to the brain. There was an impact, which then had some fluid come out of his ears. No, that wasn't happening. But I
No.
still was worried about the central nervous system. So I'm also worried about that. And that's why I tapped it. Is there anything that I'm gathering from doing those 2 tests? Is there something else that I'm ascertaining?
D7.
I think
That's a
so.
4.
Something happened, right?
1,706. Perfect.
I guess it's reasonable. I guess it's reasonable to assume that you all have, you have sensors and monitors still sort of hooked up. So now that Ikemba is busy with his cheese, and you all have a chance to sort of check some readouts and whatever, you notice that there was, in fact, when you tapped it, there was and now we are going to very quickly get into an area of medical science that I don't know random facts about. So sci-fi. You notice that it's almost as if in hitting the disc, you caused it to release something into Ikemba's bloodstream, brainstem, something, right?
Oh, okay.
And you take a moment, and I'm not making you roll for any of this because I don't think there's any real danger that you are in. If we want to go too much further, eventually maybe there will be some angry or insecure stress or something. But at this point, I feel like this is all low enough stakes that I can just tell you that you realize that this disc must be administering something, because you remember that Ikemba was out. Ikemba was not injured. Ikemba was just out.
Mm-hmm.
Seconds after that machine rose up from the volcano. And so maybe this has something to do with that. Maybe something in hitting it, sort of squeezed out the end of the toothpaste tube or something like that. But that is the sense that you're getting, is that whatever this thing is, it was placed there at velocity to cause the bruise, and it probably is the cause of Ikemba's little blackout.
Okay. I'm going to hook as I'm going to be as careful as I can, but I'm going to try and hook Ikemba up to bolus IVs, so 2 IVs, and then just be like,
look,
we may need to watch Ikemba overnight and keep him.
Ilay, assuming 0 deleterious effect when this wears off, whatever you put in him is my favorite thing. This is good for me.
Okay. If this is
I just want to say that for the record.
You can continue watching it.
Yeah, I'll watch.
Sure.
Great.
I will probably make a trip to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
With Bertrand, probably, because we both need to be torchy and with some sort of authority, maybe.
Yeah.
And see if I can go to their lab to borrow some kits for testing kits to figure out what's going on with Ikemba. That's what I'm doing. I don't know what the rest of people are doing, but I'm going to pass it off.
That's great. Yeah, and Bertrand's happy to go with you. He could use a resupply for the first aid station anyway after all this. So yeah, that's great. Invicta and Koseh, you can go with them if you would like. You can hang out here with amped up Ikemba, or if there's something else you all wanted to do.
I call first watch on Ikemba.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned about leaving amped up Ikemba. Like, he would agree to things he normally wouldn't agree to.
Ikemba just was like, does anyone know how to two-step? I believe it's like this.
You know what? No, I went to a thing one time. I think I can do it. And I try.
This is
oh my god,
incredible. Yes.
And Invicta's like, I can't even eat this cheese. I'm like, I'm a hyenal. You're trying to kill me? What are you trying to do?
I'll eat yours. Don't worry about it.
Don't
worry, we weren't.
I'm concerned about leaving you here.
Can we run to the top of the mountain again? I feel like we can do that and come back.
I just point to my leg. Remember?
You have a perfectly good boot.
Oh, would you like me to attempt to, assist you with that?
Should you heal me when you feel like this?
I don't.
Hold on, the boot works. Why are we anti-boot?
Who said anything about being anti-boot? I'm just excited.
Hold on.
Let's do all of the things.
Invicta's anti-boot.
Let's do all of the things. Please.
No, I'm anti people who call me a disgrace.
I called you that one time.
Yeah, you did. Once was enough.
Okay. You dragged me away from the thing.
Because I was trying to save your life.
Okay, you gotta let a person finish saying stuff. You dragged me away from the thing. I thought I could handle it. Now, with the benefit of extra data, that most certainly would have killed me, and I appreciate what you did. I apologize for calling you a disgrace. But you could be nicer about the boot, too, because it's really good, and it's still healing you.
I could be, yes. But I don't know, after you harped on me about not pulling you off the ship and I actively try to save your life.
And right when she says that, Ikemba just leans in and says, Invicta, would you like to dance? It seems that you're stressed.
You should do it.
I feel like you're stressed. I feel like Koseh's stressed. I feel like right now is a fantastic time to two-step here. You can't eat the cheese. I'll eat it for you, but come on, dance with me, please.
Are we not supposed to eat
cheese?
Yes.
No, we're cats.
But you can dance, yes?
And I can dance if I want to.
There it is.
Obviously, you can't leave your friends behind. Come on, dance with me.
I will start waltzing with Ikemba.
Oh,
so Ikemba is two-stepping and Invicta is waltzing. This is incredible.
Ikemba immediately just like steps in, just like
yes.
Amazing. You're so light on your feet with my dope boot.
If she says boot again, I'm gonna like rip this thing off.
I love it. You two are waltzing. Koseh, you look so great. You're so light on your feet with my boot. And that feels like a good fade out moment on that scene. Ilay, is there anything in particular, you can get back to the hospital with Bertrand and they're happy to help. Is there anything in particular that you want to play out with them or ask them for? Because they're pretty willing, but we can certainly make a scene of it if you'd like.
Basic drug panel and like testing for that, and then testing for, I don't know, this is more getting into the weeds of things, but maybe a metabolism, any test for metabolism things, and then like the thyroid test. Anyway, those are the things I'm looking for. And that's what I'm concerned about, because this is all just happening. Ilay doesn't really know what to really go for, but they're concerned about Ikemba, and I think that's what Ilay's getting at the moment, because we found out it's not technological, so or involving technology. So Ilay's like, we got to go with traditional medicine.
Right, sure.
So we're going to do that.
Love it. So yeah, you can get your hands on all of that pretty easy. Like I said, the hospital staff is they see Torch and they're willing to, whatever. And just imagining you trying to get samples from Ikemba in this state. But anyway.
It don't happen. I know all the tricks.
Ilay is in their element. I love it. I love it. Yeah, okay, so you can get back with Bertrand with those tests. As much as I am terrified to play out you getting those samples, we could just assume that you have them. And what do you find in them? I think you find that in fact there is once you get the basic panel, there is large amounts of adrenaline in the Ikemba system.
Correct.
But in addition, you do see, you know what? I'm gonna get a real name for this. Hold on.
Hey, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'm not. We're gonna do it this way. So you do notice that there is a significantly higher amount. I know what it'll be. There's a significantly higher amount of melatonin in Ikemba's system. Yeah, that you think that's a fairly easy enough thing to put two and two together for you, who sort of understands this, that it seems like the little disc sort of gave a big old dose of melatonin and a few other sort of relaxing hormones and chemicals, and that whatever it's doing now, it seems to be mostly spent, because what you're detecting are like amount, like leftover amounts, and whatever was injected when you tapped. But it seems like he's not getting, as you can tell from his current state, freshly infused anymore.
I'm gonna go kind of get close to the door out of where we all are, like with Ikemba, and I'm gonna turn around and just say, if Ikemba chooses to be productive right now, that's totally fine. As far as I can tell, he's fine to go. Okay.
Bertrand says, "Oh, that's excellent news. I have one small question, if I may. Good to go where? What's our plan?"
Also, good question.
Thank you. Yes.
I do not know. We do probably need to tell some sort of town member what happened to Shoga.
Oh, right.
So, unless it is an option just to leave. We actually also don't know where one of the other mechanical beings are that went into the ocean. So that is also something of a concern that we might have to look into. So those are the two things I can think of at the top of my head to find out what we should do next.
Bertrand Bertrand speaks up and says, I was also instructed to remind you all that Major Rafia would like, if at all possible, for the crashed vessel to be returned to Torch for further study.
That's probably something that Koseh could probably do quite easily, I would imagine.
Excellent. I will ask her. If it's simply a vessel, it's easy enough to load it on board the Wish. And did you say it exploded or?
Yes, it did.
Well,
so that
we'll take what we can.
I guess we can probably take the. Okay. We can probably take the rest of the shipwreck of that, as it were, put it back on the ship, get back to Torch, explain to Torch what happened, and they can probably inform the townspeople of what happened to Shoga. We also should brief Torch that there's still another one of these out there, and we don't know where it is.
Why don't we? Invicta, Koseh. Should I call Ikemba?
Sure.
Sure.
Ikemba.
Yes.
And you all can come out and sort of in that lovely little space that we have decided is on the Wistful Wish for y'all to hang out and chat and have slumber parties. You are all gathered there, and Ilay can sort of provide you all with that plan that they have proposed, and go. I just want to know what we're doing next.
Like after hearing the plan, Ikemba just remembers, like, didn't we see a pirate on the mountain? And also, I would love to go see the pirate, but I feel like if we talk about the pirate, there may be problems, because I do remember that Koseh looked at the pirate and was like, "What's in your wallet?" And then gathered the last of the favors. She mentioned a lot of favors, but I believe there was a favor. Like, were there more remaining favors? I'm not sure.
Are we talking about like a no survivors kind of find the pirate, or
no?
what?
Not at all. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to remember the pirate that was on the mountain, that was under the stone, and then we moved the stone.
I remember.
They were there, and you said, "What's in your wallet?" And then you gathered the things that she had in her pockets. It was impressive.
Thank you. Your energy has made me feel honestly the calmest I've been in a while. So this is very good for me.
Great.
You should be thanking Ilay. I did nothing. I was just almost asleep. And Ilay said, "Here, have this shot." And I said, "All right." And then I wanted to do all of the things.
Mm-hmm. Ilay. Then my question becomes, is there more for us to follow through with? And Koseh just gestures vaguely in front of Ikemba.
No, I think I'm glad that whatever we did, whatever I triggered, happened in a controlled environment rather than us being busy or tied up of sorts. And then Ikemba would be taking a well-needed probably rest, because they do a lot for the team. So at least he can choose when he would like to sleep, given once the medication wears off.
Where's the fun?
I mean, I agree with that, but are we just leaving this in him?
Look, it's probably done. I could probably easily remove it.
Can I have it?
I see why not.
Thank you.
Wait, you do or you don't see why not?
I don't see why not.
Okay, I missed
Koseh
the
didn't
notes and
care
I was
about
like,
which way you
I
said
see
that.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
And then right about the time that happens, just Ikemba's just like, I feel tired all of a sudden.
Uh-oh.
Not sleepy, but I feel like I've done 1,000 workouts at once. This is interesting.
I think the cheese caught up with him.
Oh, no, you mean this cheese? And then Ikemba pulls out like cheese that he had in his pockets, because obviously he's keeping pieces of cheese that he was handed a gigantic wheel of on him. Like, that's
How much of that wheel is left, Ikemba?
a lot of the wheel. He didn't eat
Okay.
the whole wheel. He tried to cut up and give a bunch of it away. Not many people accepted it. but he just kept taking a bunch of pieces
Right.
and just like when people kept denying it, he either ate them or put them in his pocket. So he's got
Right.
pockets full of cheese
Absolutely.
for a hot minute.
That's gonna be awesome in 12 hours.
As I see Ikemba crashing, I'm probably gonna go to the med bay real quick, grab some medical clamps and and a big piece of gauze. And while he's like kind of like fading out at one time, I'm just gonna grab Yank and then slap the gauze and roll the tape around his neck and under his armpit, because you're not supposed to obviously roll around the
Wait,
wow.
hold on. I want to
that
see what
was-
it looked like underneath.
Yeah. You can see. So what you see. All right. Before we do this, you know what? We don't have to go to the screen, but I
hope I don't
roll for
yank
this
his spine
Ilay.
out of his neck, because that would be the
I
worst.
didn't think it was that big, so take a spine.
I mean, it's about this, but alien
It's like a
technology.
quarter,
Who's
like-
to say?
But what if it has
Ilay,
like
I
a
do
tendril
need
that
a-
goes somewhere fun?
I do need a little roll for this one.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Bye, Ikemba.
Ilay, dice, fight.
What stress do you have currently, Ilay? You're injured, got totally healed. Did you have anything else?
No, I'm
Okay.
moisturized.
Good.
Stress
This
free,
is-
living my best life. What do you mean?
This is how you get a spine
Couldn't
ripper. Do
be
you want
me.
spine rippers?
That's
funny.
true.
Oh, this is the invention of the spine ripper right here. It's
Yeah.
about to happen. All right. All right. I'm gonna roll up this difficulty for you because this is a test, not a contest. You just need
Come on.
11.
Sure.
You can do it. You can do it.
Lightbringer.
I have
Um,
so 11 is the number to beat.
Yes.
I like. Can
Uh,
I help? I'll help you if you let me like look at the thing.
Of course.
Cool. And I would like to assist.
Yes, absolutely. You can spend a plot point, and you can use if you want to create either something that is narratively significant that you like, a tool that you have, or I don't know, narrate how you are assisting Ilay in this.
I think during, especially during like the dance party, while all of that was happening, Koseh was already thinking about like, how do I get this little disc? I want it. It should be for me
Great.
to get off of and keep it. So
Yeah.
I think she was like starting to pull stuff from the med bay and
Right.
like tweak it and just adding like little rotos and just
Yes.
making like little fine digital, like she pulls out something from her
Hilarious.
tool belt that's like from the ship. And like, if I dunk it in Barbasol, it's basically the same thing. And it's just mashing together. She's doing some cool mashups with her ship's tools and some of the like scalpelry.
Said Barbasol.
Incredible. Incredible. Yeah. All right. So we'll say the aggregate of all of your little tweaks is going to be the asset that Ilay can add to their
Is
pool.
this?
So you can pop another D6 in there if you would like, Ilay.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going
Actually,
with here.
I'm going to make you add another D6 in there because Koseh did all that shit whether you wanted her to or not.
Yep.
I'm helping.
So
Oh
I'm
my god.
I'm doing Lightbringer because this is, part of the Lightbringer
Absolutely.
trade influence, because this is just like a quick, while the patient is distracted, I'm
Absolutely.
going to do a thing. And then 8 knowledge of because I know that it's probably spent and it probably didn't go too deep. It shouldn't have gone too deep if it's in his circulatory system anyway.
Yeah.
And then add the dice given to me by Koseh. So we will see.
Yeah.
Is that
All right, roll it up.
Please let me save him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It is. I'm gonna buy that hitch. So I forgot we're not on the screen. So Ilay rolled a 15 with a D8 effect die and 1 hitch. So I'm gonna buy the hitch, take another plot point, and just take a D6 of. I'm just gonna say exhausted stress. I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it has been so much, and then you have to go in with like fine concentration, right? So it's so much. So a D6 of exhausted. And a plot point for you. But yeah, you managed to succeed, and basically all of the things that Koseh has sort of done to it have really given you, because if you'll remember last time, it was almost as if it was part of Ikemba's skin. There really was no seam. So what Koseh has managed is to give you little points to sort of get up underneath it. And so you're able to extract this. And what you find is a little disc that very obviously, the first and most obvious thing is there is a little mini syringe there that is obviously the delivery system. There are little, they look like little like a little light strip almost around the edge. I'm assuming that you are examining this thing with tools on the wish. That what you realize, they're little, like almost like a cauterizing iron around the edge of it. That is what sealed it to Ikemba. And then you also see there are these little tiny, they look like maybe like fan blades, or after you poke at them for a while and sort of examine them, they actually look like little propeller blades, tiny, tiny ones in there that you can surmise were probably the way, like the propulsion system for this thing. It looks like it was way more sophisticated than somebody threw it onto Ikemba, right? This looks like it had some sort of targeting and guidance system to get to him. Very basic, right? But like, well, maybe not so basic because it managed to target him and get to him. But like, it's not, it's not wildly complex in terms of pieces, but it is obviously there.
All right, I'm gonna just say to Koseh, in a jar, please. If you like it, keep it in a jar.
That's mine. And jars are for specimens. This is an active. Give it.
In a jar.
Give it.
Where's your jar?
Give it. Jars are for cowards. I'm gonna break it.
Jar.
And I go and get a little sample jar.
Never have the words "I'm gonna break it" been said in such a reassuring manner, I guess. Yeah, so you've got it in a little specimen jar, and it seems, I mean, the propellers are not whirring, the iron is not on, it seems to be inert, at least at the moment. And that is now in your possession. And by this point, it is late on in the day. Bertrand has had more excitement in the last 24 hours than he's had since, squid aliens were attacking his home planet's moon. So he's ready for bed. It has been a long day. You all can try to get some rest. And it is about time for us to take our little midway break, and then we'll come back in and see what next steps are. So we're going to take a very brief little break. We have plenty left to do in our time this evening. So go grab yourself some water, get a stretch, grab a bite, grab a libation, whatever you need. We will do the same and be back with you very shortly. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon. Bye for now. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you all for hanging out. We are back. So far today, we've gotten back to the Wistful Wish. We've learned a fair bit about the mysterious disc that was on the back of Ikemba's ear on his neck. Turns out it was something that delivered some chemicals that put Ikemba to sleep is the most important thing that we've learned so far. You all have had a nice evening's rest, whatever that looked like. Probably not the same. Oh.
Sleep, once like jars are for cowards.
I was gonna say sleep is probably not the right word for all of you. So Abria, tell us what sleep means for Koseh.
Yeah. Look, I've had a very rough couple of days.
Sure.
However, Tiwi's gone.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how much work can I get done on the rebuilding of Tiwi, and at what cost? Like,
I'm actually gonna, if it's okay, I'm gonna leave up to you how much work you think you can get done on Tiwi, because I think you have a better sense about like how much work went into Tiwi. I will say that if you want to spend half the night working on it, then from what I'm seeing on your sheet, you've got 3 different stress types that are active right now, right? Okay, so what I'll say is, if you want to spend half the night working on Tiwi, you can step down 2 of those stresses. If you want to spend the whole night working on Tiwi, you can step down 1. And if you were to get a good night's sleep, you could have stepped down all 3. So I'll sort of leave it up to you how much work you want to get done.
Sweet. Yeah. I like the stress system so much. So we're going to stay playing in it.
Great.
I would like to forego sleep to work on rebuilding Tiwi, please.
Okay, so you can pick one of them, because you may be working the night through, but it is still what we consider a non-threatening scene. So you get a little bit of like breather room. So you can step down one of yours. Anyone else that has stresses, you can step all of them down by 1 step as you get a decent night's sleep.
And I forgot my stress is. I need to look.
Koseh, while you're doing that, tell us how far into a rebuild do we get in these, 8-ish hours or so?
I think, like, even though she has like extensive plan work up, like there's only so much she can do mechanically in an 8-hour period.
Sure.
So I think she has built. I think Tiwi is a thing that gets built from like the core out. So like, the cool version of Tiwi that can like switch between being a bar and like a little long rodent-y thing with a skin that holds all of that's not an option. So I think it's just a really upsetting looking like skinned animal of like all of the musculature and movement, and like all of the wiring is extremely exposed. And like, there's just so much bright work in the covering of that and making him like translatable. So I think he's just a little nightmare with like half of his functionality. Like he can't switch back and he's extremely vulnerable to like any damage because he's got no external like covering.
Yeah, I think there's also like, there are definitely some sound dampeners in the exoskeleton that are not there yet. So he like makes weird noises.
He makes the Tiwi noise again. And I'm like, how did I never fix that?
It's been how many years? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. All right. Anything else I should know? Is anyone else not? Ikemba, tell us what's going on.
Ikemba definitely like before going to sleep, kind of leans into Ilay and just says, "I greatly appreciate the assistance with removing the device from my neck. Having said that, I was tired when you removed it. You didn't have to catch me off guard. You could have asked me like, can you have a seat? I'd like to assist you. I've helped you before. It's what a crew does. I would have been happy to have a seat. I was not excited anymore, but again, I greatly appreciate the assistance because not having it there is quite refreshing. And also I get to wear this lovely bandage around, and we know that people have a tendency to look upon bandages as rugged and fancy. So it feels good to me to know that I get to showcase this to the world. Thank you again. And good night.
You're right. I should have let you take a seat. I was just trying to distract you, but at that point, I guess I was not worried that you would be absent of mind like you were before. Well, we didn't know what was going to happen with that button, so it's just I think I stayed in the unknown for too long when we knew it was a known, and you definitely could have taken the seat. So my apologies.
Again, no worries. I appreciate the apology. It's definitely accepted. It's not that big a deal because we've been in situations where we couldn't necessarily ask for assistance. I just felt it important to say that just because I feel like if I go to sleep, it's going to bug me and then I'm going to lay in the bed and not sleep at all. And it's not fun.
That's fair.
And then I would have eaten most of the wheel of cheese. And we know that me and the cheese sweats are just not friendly with one another. I would have awakened very sweaty and smelling much like, I don't know what type of cheese Bertrand brought, but it's delicious. It's not a Gouda. It's not a butter case. It's like a blend of the two, and it was also smoked. It's like Bertrand understood my favorite and was kind enough to get a gigantic wheel of it. I'm going to be eating this cheese for quite some time. I'm talking too much about the cheese.
You are back to your regular senses, and should anything change while you're sleeping, or you awaken abruptly, you definitely have my permission to wake me up just in case.
I greatly appreciate you. Thank you. And good night.
I will also go to sleep.
All right. So the next morning, Bertrand sort of calls you all together for breakfast, and Silent 919 isn't there. And you all can go check on her. And I honestly, this is going to sound way scarier than it is, but I feel like you all have experienced this with her several times now. She's very clearly in reboot mode, which has happened before when she has gotten particularly stressed out in one way or another. And she really had been that. Whatever happened to her, whatever she got hit with in that ship when it exploded and when she got sucked into the walls that you saw, Invicta, that you saw happen to her, whatever that ship did to her was taking a while to clear. So you all can feel however you want about the fact that she's sort of inoperable at the moment, but you have seen her power down like this to try and flush her system out before, so that is likely what is happening here. And so with that with that, I think Bertrand just reiterates his question from yesterday and says, "Oh well, it's good to see that you're all most of you are rested and here." Sort of side eyes in Silent 919's empty seat, and then when he says "well rested," sort of turns and looks at Koseh for a moment. So I would just like to pose the question. Now what do we do? We're not going to get arrested for a murder, are we?
No, we didn't murder him.
Right. No, I mean, I know that. Koseh had a concern, and I didn't. I wasn't sure if I didn't know.
No, I don't think.
Go to jail.
Oh, good. I did.
Yeah.
They never build those things large enough for my people. It's really uncomfortable.
No one's going to jail.
Excellent.
I think we should take what's left of that ship, send it on to Torch.
Which one? The one that exploded on the caldera, or because that one got taken under into the lava, or the other one
obviously
that exploded?
Obviously not the one in the lava then.
Koseh's disappointed. She wanted to go lava diving.
100%. Like, that is Koseh just living in life.
Invicta says for a minute, like, lava diving, you say?
Yo, we could go get it back.
No, you could go get it back. Let us know how that works out for you.
Okay, so we're doing this again. Cool.
I'm not diving in lava. I don't have... I like keeping all my fur and not being burned alive.
We could make stuff.
No.
Okay, so the exploded one then.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we either check in with Torch and see if they have resources, or we go after the thing in the ocean.
Okay. I mean, aren't we going to be right next to the ocean with the exploded one?
I think so.
I mean, I guess we can see if anything comes up while we're there, and if not, we can probably go back to Torch to analyze whatever we have, and might help us find out where the second of the two mechanical being is.
Oh, yeah, there's another one. Cool. Well, what if we get Bertrand, because you're an engineer? Yes. If we send back the pieces of the exploded one with you, you can update us, and we'll just investigate the ocean until we get better intel. Does that sound good?
Bertrand just went through a roller coaster of emotions. Being recognized as an engineer by a fellow engineer was very exciting. And then the idea that Bertrand has to leave you all again made him sort of sad. But then the idea of having an important part of the mission to do made him happy again. So he's really just having a morning. And if that is the most efficient and helpful thing for me to do, then yes, of course, I would love some assistance in getting the vessel aboard. But yes, absolutely.
And Invicta also, she holds up her still booted leg, foot, hind leg, and is like, well, if we're going in the water, this isn't practical.
That's got to be done, right? That's got to be done doing a heel. How long do boots take? Can I look at it?
You can have a look at it, Koseh.
No, I'm asking Invicta very specifically.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Look, we have so many healers. If it's not done, they can do glow hands. You didn't want me to juice up the boots, so I don't know if it's done or not.
Well, I also didn't want to die if you juiced up the boot.
That's fair. I mean, I'm very good at this, but I get it. I'm new. That's fine.
No. Only if Ikemba is there to lay on hands when you're done inspecting the boots.
We can't call it that.
What do you mean we can't call it that?
It's lay on pause.
Another game.
Yes, hands. He's human.
Do you guys call those
hands instead of lay hands? I can just take hands and
it could be called take these hands. I don't know.
Yeah, catch hands.
I mean, no one's going to
Very
take these
different
hands.
move.
Attempt to take these hands, and we'll have another legally distinct situation on our hands.
I meant literally as in laying on hands.
I know, I got you.
We just having fun with it is all. You know how we do.
Oh God,
I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to shut up. My bad.
Koseh slides in and just starts messing with the boot. Basically took the moment you were like, fine, but, and she heard the fine and went, whatever extra thing, it can resolve itself. And I would like to get in there and see, how's my boot doing and did it do a good job?
Fortunately, you were all at breakfast, so Ikemba is there, and you can check it out, Koseh, and it did do a very good job. Now, Invicta, let me ask you, because we talked a little bit about this in the backstage chat. So I told you to step it down one more from where it was, but does that include also stepping it down for the night's rest?
No, it does not.
Okay, that's what I thought. So in that case, at this point, mechanically, your injured stress is at a D4. So Koseh, it did a very good job. And I think that D4 is, I think the boot can come off. I think the D4 is that, sort of strengthening of the muscles again after an injury and maybe some surface, bruising and whatever. But the boot has really, for all intents and purposes, healed the bone pretty well.
I'm gonna call this a success. And I pull out a little I don't know, it's just her favorite screwdriver, and instead of just taking off the boot, she disassembles it.
I'm not gonna sit there and hold still for her to disassemble a boot around my leg.
It's faster than unbuckling it.
I also feel like that is probably true for Koseh.
Yeah.
No.
Not super is. And I just go down two hands.
I don't let her do that.
And I have a bunch of stuff in my lap. What?
No.
And Bertrand's like, weren't we supposed to return that?
No,
Never
this
mind.
one's for me.
No, that belongs to Torch in the hospital.
We work for Torch, so it belongs to me.
And I do think the hospital gave you whatever you needed from it. So
But Invicta is not pleased.
Just so antsy, yeah.
No, she's just like, what are you doing? And she's like looking down, like, someone stop her. What are you doing?
You can certainly try. And I continue just breaking it down into component parts.
Oh my God.
What? I can make it into a new thing the next time we get hurt somewhere else.
Because that's for sure gonna happen.
No.
Invicta actually like growls at her as she's like trying to like, oh my God, what are you doing? She's not happy about this much closeness.
All right.
I'll be done in a second. Stop squirming. Stop squirming.
Okay, and she is, and for what it's worth, Invicta, when the boot comes off, I mean, you can see, a little bit of bruising, whatever, under, and little, patches of fur where they were, where they had to be shaved off to put the boot on and to heal. But if you you test it, and there's a little stiffness, there's a little, residual ache or whatever it is, but it's, I mean, I can only imagine that Invicta has broken a bone before at some point in her life, and this was a quick heal. Whether you feel however you want to about that, but it did a pretty decent job pretty quickly. Yeah, which can either make you feel better or worse. I don't know which, but that's up to you.
She's feeling away.
Yeah. So that's done. Bertrand would like assist. If the plan is to send Bertrand back with the crashed ship, and then for you all to explore the ocean, that's fine. But Bertrand would like some assistance getting the ship back, the whatever it is, back to the Wistful Wish.
Koseh would happily do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. Invicta was gonna offer to, but she's grumpy.
She's grumpy. All right. So Ikemba and Ilay, how about you two? What would you like to? I mean, it'll take an hour or two. It's not a whole day event, but what are you all up to in that time?
While they are scrambling around, there's been a lot for Ilay in the past 24 hours, so they're going to take a little bit of extra time to whatever time we have. I guess I'll let maybe Bertrand know when people are picking up and going that I'm just going to be in the room meditating until we figure it out.
that feels on brand and also great. Yes.
Yep.
All right, Ikemba.
Ikemba's just like kind of like touching at the scar where everything was and trying to figure out if he can kind of like hide the scar or like get rid of the scar. I feel that's pretty trivial for him, if possible.
Yeah. Yeah, now that the disc itself is gone, it seems like whatever the disc was what was really sort of playing havoc with your abilities. But now that it's gone, it's just another injury. So,
Yeah, for him that's trivial to fix a scar, but he still leaves his other scar, like his primary scar, because that's a reminder to him.
Right. That's a different thing. But yeah, that's easy enough for you to do. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then once he's done with that, he just goes back to practicing his hand-to-hand. He realizes that it's been a long time since he practiced. So he just goes heavy into Muay Thai mode and just focuses
slept through his last chance.
Say what?
I said he slept through his last chance.
Yeah, he did. He was gone. So he went very hard in just training to kind of bring his skills back up, because he realizes that the last time he actually trained was before their last major mission was completed, and he needed time to kind of get himself back up again.
Sure.
Rehone his skills, as it were.
Right. Yeah, sure. And Invicta, since you are not going to go out with Koseh and Bertrand, do you just want to sort of take it easy and work on the leg, getting the stiffness out, or is there something else you'd like to do?
Work on the leg, but also just kind of check in on Ikemba, because she's like, that whole thing yesterday did me a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so you can find Ikemba as he's training, and I don't know, maybe you two train together a little while you have this conversation. That's sort of a fun fun little moment. Koseh, I was looking at the one place in any of my screens that has your name and not Koseh's name as I said that. Koseh, you and Bertrand can go back out to the beach, and you can see the bubble is still up. There are still safety patrols around the bubble, sort of guarding it, but it's clear that like it's the same people. Like Mandira doesn't have a huge safety force because generally they don't really need it. So these poor safety officers are like a little droopy, a little sleepy. They see you all coming and they sort of all straighten up, and they look actually a little hopeful, like maybe you all are here to relieve them.
Can you all do us one more favor and then we'll be done and you can go away because you look very tired.
The very obviously like the more decorated commander, she sort of turns to you and she says, "Oh, yes, yes, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. Yes, of course, anything you need."
Carry stuff into the bubble. And I just start handing off big chunks of stuff to
they're
people.
All taking it, and she sort of looks around confused a minute. She says,
"Live with
you
your
heard
legs."
Her. Yeah. You heard her, and so everyone, this is gonna. I said an hour or two. It's gonna take 20 minutes.
Yeah,
you got a whole force. I love it. Yeah, so you can get them, and there are a fair number of pieces. I mean, this thing self-destruct was no joke. But yeah, you can collect all of the pieces as best you can find in and around the beach, and have safety help you trek them back to the Wish, and set them in. There are, I mean, I don't know how much is Koseh like just transporting and how much is Koseh looking for something in particular. I don't know. Tell me what your sort of view on this is, Koseh.
I think Koseh's less interested in like actively like trying to interact with the rubble now, and is more just kind of scanning the like blast site just to see if there's any like sense of like, what was this thing doing? Was it digging too? Bria has forgotten a little bit because it's been a hot second, and is just trying to say like, what was going on here before it did a boom?
Yeah, so several things. Now that it has exploded and you're moving it out, you can see obviously the glass that you all discovered underneath it from where it had landed and created glass. That's mostly shattered, but you can see that the patterns that it was created in, this thing may have come in hot, but as far as you can tell, it did not crash land like everybody thought. It just landed in a way that suggests that there were no organic passengers on board, because that would have sucked for them. But like, it didn't crash is sort of the big thing that you can confirm for sure. It doesn't look like it was digging. It looks like this was the transport and nothing more. Gotcha. As far as you can tell from the rubble and from the landing pattern and the shards of glass and all of that.
Cool. Then I think she's not going to be worried about this. She's a little like I've got too much cool stuff to look at. Like, she's got the little jar with the disc in her pocket, and she's like, "Oh, and Tiwi still sucks. All right, one thing at a time. Just put it all on the ship."
Tiwi still sucks. Tiwi's still making that weird noise.
Yeah.
I love it. Yep. Okay, so we get all that back to the ship. It gets loaded up, and Bertrand, sort of stores it in wherever. He sets up all the pieces in your seat so that he can talk to the pieces while you all are gone. No, that's too sad even for Bertrand. Great. So do you all then send Bertrand off to Torch, and you all are going to do your own investigating, is what I'm hearing. Is that a yes? Yes, I got one. Yeah. Great. All right. So Bertrand sort of, gathers you all once all of the rubble is put aboard, and the safety officers have quickly trudged off to their beds. The bubble has come down, traffic is resuming on the beach as normal. Bertrand sort of gathers you all and says, yesterday was a lot, but it's so good to be back with you all. I have to say, I things were, well, my people like to discuss things and talk back home, and it was a long few weeks away from you all, and I'm just very grateful that the Major sent me here with you all. I'll get back to her with all of this as soon as possible, and then I'll come back and we can all return to Torch once you're done here together, or not. We can explore the galaxy. Well, I suppose we all do still need to report to Torch eventually, but anyway, it's good to see you all again. I'll be back as soon as I can.
It's always a pleasure, Bertrand.
Oh, thanks, Ikemba.
No, thank you. I greatly appreciate everything that you've done for us thus far, and also the cheese. It's delicious. It is truly amazing. Thank you so much.
Bertrand is about to be like, oh, I haven't done that much. And then you say the cheese and he goes, oh, did you like it? I picked it out especially for you. I remembered your extensive list of favorites.
I can tell, Bertrand, it's amazing. Do you have a name? Is there a name of the type of cheese it is? I need it. I need more of it. And I would very much love to find more when we're not here.
Yes, of course it has a name. How would I find it if it didn't have a name? The name of this cheese, you see, that everyone knows.
I know. This is how you make your DM actually go to something awesome. So guess what he's going to do? He's going to give me a new cheese that I'm going to go try. It's going to be amazing. Thanks. This has been your narrator. Please resume the stream.
This cheese, this cheese is very rare, or at least it was in the market that I went to, and it's called Jubunu cheese. I'm going to now give you all a peek under the curtain, because this is how several of us developers working on the Motherlands come up with names for anything. We look up the word that for the thing we're trying to name in an African language, and then we adjust the vowels, and that's what we call it into the Motherlands. So that is sort of a take on cheese in another language. So don't go looking for that kind of cheese, because I made it up.
I was literally about to go hunting for that cheese. I had actually already Googled.
That's why I gave you the
before you actually finished the sentence. I was in Google, like, all right, some of this Jubunu, let's get this cheese going. I'm trying to try this right now. Like, y'all think I'm playing about loving cheese? Like, nah, I was for reals. Like, let's get this cheese situation.
I was thinking about giving you a real one, but I was like, no, we need something that I don't get in trouble for.
It works. I'm just like, part of me is just like, damn it, I was gonna get that cheese.
I love it.
I have many cheese stories and articles that I can't talk about because they're horrifying. But there's one cheese that I looked up that is like, it's like a delicacy, but you don't want to eat it.
It's not made out of cow's milk, shall we say?
No, it is.
No.
And then it's not. So I'm gonna.
It's not.
What?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so Bertrand says his goodbyes. Bertrand and the Wish take off and head back towards Torch. Y'all? You are muted.
Are we on the
muted,
ship too?
Quiet.
No, I was muted.
I hope you got off the ship
like,
before he took off. No, I'm going to go ahead and you all can, as I say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly confident that you all stepped off of the Wistful Wish before Bertrand took off.
Yeah, I was just checking.
Yeah, fair enough.
Have happened.
That's exactly right. Fair enough.
She's actually, Invicta is just kind of like standing there, kind of tapping her foot, looking around at everyone. Mm-hmm. And she just keeps glancing at Koseh because she's not happy, but she's not sure how to articulate it. Because the interactions with Koseh, especially the being called a disgrace, have brought up really bad memories for her. And she also doesn't want to be that person on the mission. But she does want to, like, she wants to like have this like argument with Koseh, but she also is like, the last time I argued with someone about this, I made them cry and I got in trouble. And like, she's having like that, you know, when you have a nightmare about still being in school, and she's kind of having those feels of, this person is bringing back all those unpleasant memories, but I probably shouldn't treat her this way. So she's very conflicted. And she's also worried about Scylla, who seems to be still in her meditative reboot or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's just like looking around and debating what she wants to do.
Sure.
Koseh is busy just trying to pitch down Tiwi and just kind of apologizing to anyone within like a couple meters of her. Like, I'm so sorry. I'll get this. I don't know why I didn't fix that. Tiwi, shush.
I want to be very clear. Once Tiwi has his sound dampeners back in, I no longer play Tiwi, but for the moment.
No, this is great. So Koseh's definitely like ears flattened, like trying to like, oh God, just deeply embarrassed, trying to fix while waiting for like the next orders.
Oh my God, I can only think of the fly in Jeff Goldblum.
Oh no, everything is terrible. Ilay, you're meditating. You're meditating still. Yeah, I mean, you've now said goodbye.
I'm off the ship. So if we're off the ship.
Oh, right. Timelines. Time is a flat circle. What are you up to? What are you trying to get the group to do?
So I guess our original plan was to go near the place where we saw escape to the water. I don't know what we're gonna do once we get there because I don't think any of us are aquatic bound. So I guess so we were going to investigate the other mechanical being that went into the water while Bertrand figures out what the pieces of the ship can tell us. Is that something that we all want to do, continue to do?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Definitely.
Do we have water stuff?
The best place to probably check for that is maybe the docks. Maybe they have some sort of equipment or something or the other.
Do you remember the Hyanol that we the people that met us when we first got here?
Take a plot point.
The algae that I very much wanted. I'm not allowed to jump in, but
that's brilliant. Yes, I misremembered that. They're probably the best people for us to go to, and maybe they can give us some sort of map of the I don't know, the ocean floor around here.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh,
hey, okay. Everyone meditating, come on.
Oh, okay.
What are you yelling about?
They're no longer meditating, I assure you.
Invicta, we're gonna go and put on the algae and then go in the water.
I'm sorry, did you say put on the algae?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
We're first gonna get in touch with the lovely folks we met with.
She was so excited. I think it's gonna be great.
Well, yes, but I don't remember the exact instructions, and
they'll walk us through it, but we're gonna do it.
I mean, yes, but I don't want to just smear algae on and we're down there for an hour and then the algae stops working, and because we don't know how it works.
Yeah, okay.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Koseh has all of the seeming for like just a little kid that's like, let's go. We have a plan. I want to do this thing now. Like,
yeah.
Okay, we'll just start making our way over. So.
And Kusili isn't that far from where the Wish was parked. It's sort of at one far end of the beach. Then there was the Wish and the not crash site. Now you all know for sure, but whatever. So yeah, it's not too far a trek down the beach to get back to the Kusili Oceanographic Research Facility, or CORF, which is why they don't abbreviate it.
Of course.
CORF.
Oh my God.
You go, and by the time you get to sort of the front door, Asalje and Yaktur, the Salansi and the Hynol that you met when you first arrived here in Mandira, have clearly, spotted you all on security cams or whatever it is, and they meet you at the front doors. And Asalje sort of, Oh, it's so very good to see you all again. Welcome. Please come in.
Yes.
Are you here to say goodbye, or did
Koseh
you
has the
need...
plan. Let Koseh.
Can we touch the stuff? We have to go in the water.
Yaktur just lets out a barking laugh at that. Can we touch the stuff? They just start laughing. And Asalje is sort of looking and says, sorry, what stuff though? I mean, yes, probably, maybe. What stuff?
The algae. We need to go in the water. Please explain in as much detail as you're comfortable giving us exactly how this works.
Asalje is suddenly, she was like, oh, you're here. And then can we touch the stuff? And she was like, I mean, maybe, I don't know. As soon as you make it clear what you are here for, this is like her pet project, and she is so on board. So I think she actually, she like immediately just says yes and turns and starts walking in. Yaktur has finally the laughter has subsided and turns into a bit of a, well, now you've got them excited. All right.
No, correction. Only one of us is excited about this.
I'm very excited.
Just follow. Just
down the hall.
follow. Just follow, please.
Yeah.
No, that's the one I meant. And Invicta's ears are flicking because like that was a loud shriek, especially to a Hynel.
Even from halfway down the first corridor.
Like there's just the echo of Koseh's voice.
So Asalje and Yaktur take you all through the corridors, much the same path as you saw last time, but this time into one of those rooms that had the barrels of the algae. Excuse me, and this one does have water access. It has a hatch, a clear glass hatch that can open up onto or into the ocean. And Asalje is very excited and sort of, come closer, and tells you all a little bit about the algae. And basically the way that it works is that Yaktur has helped her to design these. They're sort of like face masks, but they hold a layer of the algae within them so that it basically just serves as a filter is not the right word, but filter sort of for you all. And she sort of tells you, if as long as you're not down there for days, like there really shouldn't be a time limit on it. The only thing that you'll have to watch out for are everything else that's dangerous about scuba diving, going under the ocean. So make sure that your body temperature doesn't drop too low. Make sure that you don't get eaten by something big. Make sure that you don't, I don't know, get pressure sickness and go too deep and then come up too fast. And she sort of walks you through all of these safety things about going under the water. But the algae itself and the breathing thing is pretty straightforward and simple, as far as, or at least it is as far as she's explained it to you.
Does anyone have any questions?
Seems.
What if this dries up while we're down there?
In the water?
Asalje sort of Yaktur almost laughs and then sort of takes the temperature of the conversation and just sort of like chokes.
And I just look at him, I'm like, I don't know if we're putting this in our helmet anywhere else. I don't know if it'll be exposed to the water. It was a question so I don't drown.
Asalje is nodding along with you, Invicta, and sort of swats Yaktur. But then she turns to you and she says, no, a totally reasonable question, of course. No, there will, so there are, she's being, for what it's worth, she's being earnest. She really does think it was a reasonable question. And she sort of shows you how I don't know how to describe it, like the little pocket, I guess, that she's going to put the algae in is porous. So there will be water flowing through both sides of the mask. That'll keep it hydrated. And at this point she goes, oh, actually, now that you mention it, there is one other detail that I should tell you about. It's nothing to worry about. It's the sensation when you first get in the water is well, I'm not going to dress it up. It's kind of unpleasant. It does a little bit feel like you're drowning at first, but only at first. Because what the algae is doing is sort of allowing you to, well, this is an oversimplification, but for right now, all that's important is that you're literally going to be breathing water. So it's gonna be real unpleasant for a minute, but I promise it will be okay. You'll be fine. And then, it'll be a little unpleasant also when you get back for like a minute or so while your body expels the water safely, of course.
I'm sorry, expel?
That's a kind word for vomit, because it feels like either you're vomiting up or coughing up. It won't
or other.
This seems like a bad but even worse like kiosk mall oxygen bar, but like the worst.
But like the worst.
And I've never done those, but they look funky. I never would, but those look like the worst, and this also looks like the worst.
Terrifying. She sort of says, as you're asking these questions again, but she says, "Oh yes, more like coughing. Because the water won't be coming from your stomach; it'll be coming from your lungs."
So you figured out a way to have an algae that helps us breathe underwater, but to do so, we actually have to breathe water, and to get back to breathing air again, we breathe vomit to just let the water out, which is not a normal thing. So does the algae pull it from our lungs?
She's sort of thinking about this, about the way you're describing it. And she's like, I've never thought about it in those terms, but
you could build a pump.
Yeah, that seems more useful.
But she says, "Oh well, yes, I suppose that could work. But really, the way that it usually works is you're well, I don't want to get too far into, I don't want to get too into the weeds because and at this point you can see that every time she sort of starts to like really start to talk about the science of it, Yoctor just very carefully sort of goes and she she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to, we can certainly have the conversation if you want, but I don't want to waste anyone's time. And so I will just say that yes, the algae helps to get it out."
Perfect.
I promise it's perfectly safe. Yes, and I appreciate the curiosity, she says.
We're only thinking we're gonna die. That's fun.
I also worried that we would die, but I'm a bit versed in the biological things. So.
No one has ever. She stops for a minute, thinks. Yeah, no one has ever died from using the algae.
They were good.
That you had to think about that concerns me. But
well, I wanted to make sure I was true because
just double checking.
Well,
That's
fine. We have had scientists who have used the algae and died, but not because of the algae. One of them was a Doakma attack, and one of them was the bends. And
fine.
Yeah. So we still have to deal with properly coming up from the depths without coming up too fast.
Yes, most definitely. You should also keep an eye on your body temperature, and also don't get eaten by Doakma.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
Doakma? What's a Doakma?
And she tells you a little bit about them. These were the creatures that that Yoctor actually studies, that they told you a little bit about when you first arrived, which has been 10,000 years in Earth time. What a strange 2 months it's been. But she tells you all a little bit more about the Doakma. They are kind of like killer whales, but they have these really cool split tail fins that allow them to sort of steer more carefully. You're looking at me like that. This is a Gabe original. A
Gabe banger.
Gabe Hicks.
That's right.
Are you?
And they are definitely native to this area of the ocean. She says, so Salja says, "So are we ready to go? I know I do feel like I've sort of really put a damper on the excitement here, but I promise that it's so worth it. It's an incredible experience after you get past the first 30 seconds or so."
Actually, if I may,
of course,
it's not quite a situation of dampering the mood. It's more enlightening. I'm a firm believer in understanding everything I'm about to find myself in, and with that information, that allows me to make a more understanding approach to the algae rather than understanding that it'll be uncomfortable. I'm going to drown because I'm actually drowning, and the algae will help me to breathe the actual water, which is changing the body's natural way, which is very curious to me. We could talk about this for days. I feel like if we continue this conversation, we would never leave because this intrigues me greatly. But I will shut my face and allow someone else to speak words if they may.
I am greatly concerned.
She says, if it makes you feel better, I can come down with you. I mean, I don't want to go too far out, but I can come down with you and show you, that it's okay.
Well, you do this all the time. We don't.
Well, yes. And I'm still alive.
Are you?
That's a valid point.
I think so.
I personally can attest to, and then like Ikemba just puts his hand near her and just because you never know, like Ikemba's just a firm believer and like, all right, trust but verify. So he's just like, and then like, does he get a sense of actual life from?
Yes, she is alive. We have not introduced the undead.
Didn't want to take a chance. You gotta
clarify. No, I feel you. Look, Stranger Things. So yes, absolutely.
And like again, just like
she's alive.
I apologize for that, but Invicta, I can assure you she's alive. So if it's something that she's done much of, it won't be the algae. If like she's alive, she's fine. So tell you what, I'll go first.
And we see her, pull one of the little pocket mask things down from the wall and bring it over to you, Ikemba, and she just takes handfuls of this algae out of the barrel, the nearest barrel, and just sort of packs it in the little sleeve that is there in this mask. And as she is packing that in, Yaktur is sort of looking at the rest of you and your various faces of excitement and or concern. And we sort of fade out on you all getting your masks put on, and we will see what lies beneath the depths. Maybe if everyone feels like going underwater next week. But unfortunately, we are just 6 minutes shy of our ending time. So that's all we're going to do.
Sure.
I don't.
Never mind.
There is some. Go on. Okay, great.
I leave that up to Abria.
So much. I would love to do the thing when we have time to give it the attention it deserves next week, if that's okay with everyone.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, thank you all so much. This has been the penultimate episode of season 2 of Into the Motherlands. We have one more. Our finale with you all is next week. God, not tomorrow, is next week. Same time, same place. Thank you all so very much for being here. Congrats I missed it today, but to the winner of the Cortex handbook. Remember, next week, we're going to be giving away a digital handbook for Cortex and 5 Logitech Lightspeed mice. So do be sure that you are around for that. We appreciate you so very much. Let's go around and let everyone know where they can find you between now and our finale next week. And we are going to go in the backwards order from the way we did intros. Since there are only 4 of you, I think I remember it this week, which means we start with Tanya.
Oh, hi. I'm stealing DJ's thing.
I like it. It looks good on you.
Oh, why, thank you. But I'm Tanya. I've been your Hynal Blade Keeper and your very grumpy Blade Keeper who is not feeling this whole underwater adventure because she is a cat. So you can find us here on Wednesdays. Tomorrow, I get to hang out with DJ Knight again on Black Dice Society because I have caught up and I'm real intrigued on what B-Dave did with my character and why this is happening. So same time, except over at twitch.tv/DND or on YouTube, D&D Wizards at 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central. And then back on Sunday, I get to see Eugenio again with Rivals. Oh my God. I'm tired. It's been 2 weeks away. And I'm doing a thing with Astro for the last week of Pride on DJ Blue PDX's channel on Friday. I will tweet out about it. And then we're back here for finale of Motherlands. And I will let Eugenio talk about the thing we're doing to celebrate 100 episodes of Rivals.
Yeah, I will get to that. But in the meantime, next up we have Abria.
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar. You can follow me on social media at Quiddy, Q-U-I-D-D-I-E. Oh man, the list is long now. In addition to here, next Wednesday, literally at the same time as our finale. You can actually catch episode 1 of, well, go watch it after because you can just watch it later.
Right.
Go watch Dimension 20's Misfits and Magic. It's the first of my short run series over there where we are dunking on the magical boarding school genre, and Brendan Lee Mulligan's gonna be as a player at his own table for the first time in Dimension 20 history. So please tune in for that over on dropout.tv on Thursday. God, starting tomorrow, you can catch me on Critical Role's channel running Exandria Unlimited, which is a limited run series that we're doing over there where Matthew Mercer gets to be a player at his own table. I'm here to replace your favorite white guy.
She like, go take a seat. Go take a seat. Or
someone clip that. Someone clip that.
So that starts tomorrow at 7 p.m. and it'll run through the summer. And it's so good and fun. And I can't wait for you guys to see it all. On Friday, you can catch me at 7 p.m. over on Pixel Circus's channel for Failed Save, where I'm just a player there. But who knows? I might attack and dethrone Vince. Like, I'm just ready to go. I'm just swinging at all DMs. Eugenio, watch out. I'll come for you too.
Bring it on. Look, I will sit at your table anytime.
Oh, I would like that so much. Okay. Gas Pack on Saturday over on Gary Con Live's channel at 5 p.m. Pacific. And it was just announced today that I am one of the GMs for D&D Live. So that's going to be live on G4, D&D's Twitch, and on Peacock. And I'm running a very fun, the Chaos Carnival, a very fun Fae game for a bunch of WWE superstars. So watch me say suplex wrong and run them through a very fun, chaotic game. And then finally, Radiant Black is doing a crossover with The Unleashed. So we have like a short run comic book from a game that I ran back in fall. So please go check that out. It's live now and you can read it. And we worked super hard on it. So please check that out. That's me. Yay.
I just want to take a second because I feel like we should all acknowledge, appreciate, and elevate the fact that Abria's description of the things that she's up to right now takes up enough time that we all should just like take a second and just like gather, just like, wow.
I'm sorry.
Because
don't apologize
at
I get
all.
to
This
see
is
you
not
on
a
a
need for
screen
apology.
just
Like,
about
please
every
don't.
day this week. It's
That
great.
is beast. That is amazing. And I feel like everybody that's watching right now agrees. So like, don't even remotely apologize for being excellent enough to take over. How many DMs tables did you just mention that you were taking over?
2 so far.
2 so far.
Yeah, keywords. What are the keywords in that sentence? I'll tell you. So far, that's 2 words that you just said that were absolutely amazing. And I feel like we all should just take a second to appreciate, acknowledge, and elevate that excellence. Tight work. And I'm just gonna pause my little like.
Yes, that
keep
one.
it up.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
It
be like
means
you
the
when I
world to
grow
me.
Yeah. And it's your turn, DJ. So feel free to take however many seconds you want and then tell us about you.
Having said that, my name is DJ Knight. Oh, hi. My bad. I almost forgot.
There it is.
Oh, hi. I'm DJ.
I so lit.
I like to play video games on the internet. I was a host for Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance for 6 weeks, and now I've been playing it for days. And now I'm hearing people tell me,
oh, DJ, this game sucks.
And I don't care because I have a blast in it. And that to me is the most important part. Beyond that, I like to play video games on the internet. You can find me at twitch.tv/DJ Knight. I am aspiring to be as amazing as the people that you see on this page and the people that you don't see on the screen right now, because the entire team that is running behind the scenes are excellence. And I'm humbled every time I come to this table because of said excellence. And I know I saw Tanya just hit me with I don't care. It's too late. You started. It's my turn. Seriously, I'm humbled by the amazing things that everybody here gets up to. And again, I'm gonna be like, y'all not grow up. I appreciate you for even having me at the table for this. And yes, please, with all the cheese. Like, and also don't Google Kasu Martsu. Don't do it. When I said that there's a cheese that I'm not a fan of, I legitimately mean it. Don't Google it. When I say don't Google it, you may think,
oh, DJ's just messing with me, trying to get me to go Google a thing.
No, not in the slightest. I'm telling you to not Google it for good reason. It is the worst concept for cheese. It is really like, you know how cheese is rotten and people don't care. It's like, oh, it's got a little mold on it. Scrape that off. It's cheese. This is not a scrape it off situation. So I'm very glad that that was not the cheese that Bertrand handed to Ikemba, because just that's my response to the cheese.
All right, so quick thing. No, you knew this was gonna happen.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're gonna do, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Michael's like, I'm gonna go get a drink. Bye, y'all.
I mean, I got a drink.
I met Michael. No, you keep saying that you're humbled and honored. You want to be like folks here. Do you know why I asked you to be part of this? And also, I was really glad when you joined Black Dice.
Because I look good in teal?
That too. That wasn't part of the deal.
I mean, I'm for those of you who weren't here, I got complimented on the shirt twice. So I was just throwing appreciation back in a smart ass way. My bad. I'm gonna shut up. Continue, please.
I love it. No.
Because after I got to play Dishonored RPG with you, and after watching your streams for years and getting to know you and becoming your friend, you were one of the people that I had to have at the table.
First off, in response to that, I want to say that I'm very glad to be in
the room where it happens.
Like, if I may throw it out somewhere else. Also, this was not supposed to be about me. I was trying to elevate Abria because the summer of Abria is a thing. Yeah, but let me shut up. It's not about me. I'm just saying, I'm honored to be here because all of y'all are beasts. That's it. Like, it ain't about me. Y'all are amazing. We are amazing. There we go. How about that? I feel like that's my wording. That is getting it to the point where it's got to get corrected. We are doing amazing things.
There you go.
It's awesome to be a part of this. So let me shut up. Michael, it's on you. Please tell us, who are you? Where can people find you on the internet?
Sure. Okay, here we go. Hello, Michael Sinclair II. I go by Michael Kurtz everywhere. I have the show Second Star to the Right, a D&D TTRPG that takes place in Neverlands on Fridays, every other Friday that is. I will also be playing the forget what her name, Shelby is her name. I don't remember her tag, but we're going to be playing Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's like kind of all like known with the people who do actual Avatar: Last Airbender TTRPG. So that's happening Tuesday, and it's going to a good cause. So check that out or pay attention to my socials. I just came back from LA to shoot a thing. Can't speak about it, but at some point, hopefully eventually, things will start leaking. I don't know when. They haven't told me. Anyway, that's super exciting. And then I have Faith Forge Academy episodes drop every Friday. It's a podcast I'm in. I think that is all the things. Oh, and I'm starting to stream Magic the Gathering back on my Twitter, or Twitch rather. So that's been great. If you want to learn how to play some Magic, tune in and hang out.
Unmuted. Yes, all of that. And once again, I am your storyteller. I'm Okenyo. I'm DM Jazzy Hands. You can follow me on Twitter and here on Twitch at DM Jazzy Hands. What do I have coming up? Tomorrow, I will be streaming on the Rivals of Waterdeep channel. I usually do stuff on Thursday afternoons, but we're coming up on our 100th episode at the end of the season for Rivals. And we want to get our channel partnered here on Twitch. And you know, the average viewers is easy because y'all are amazing and come out every Sunday, but we need more days streamed. So a few of us are hopping over in the next few weeks to do special streams. So come hang out for that. I'll be live at 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Let's see. Oh, and I should tell you all about Rivals of Waterdeep because we love a little cross promotion. We talk about Motherlands over there. We'll talk about Rivals here. So we tweeted this out today, but we are coming up to our 100th episode. We do want to celebrate with all of us that play the game, with all of our former cast members, and with all of you who may have been watching for 100 episodes. So check out the Rivals Twitter at Rivals Waterdeep. But we have put out a request for memories, thoughts, favorite clips, favorite episodes, favorite moments, whatever you all have liked from the past 100 episodes. Tweet it at us with the hashtag ROW100 and do tag the Rivals account. And we're going to try and compile all of that and create something out of it. We don't really know what yet, but something fun and exciting for our 100th episode at the end of the season. So check all of that out. That's my little Rivals moment. Let's see. So that's where I'll be tomorrow. And then my next stream will be Sunday with the Rivals at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Tanya will be there, I hope. And we're having a good time. Mondays, you can find me over on Cobalt Press's channel doing a Courts of the Shadowfey game with Little Red Dot as our GM. We are into our final 2 episodes. So this will be this coming Monday will be the penultimate episode. And I think there's a lot more to do. So like, stay tuned, because maybe season 2 of that one. Don't know yet. Stay tuned. And then I stream on my channel every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon. So come check that out. Of course, we also want to mention, because though she is not here, she is a part of our team, and you all should go check her out because she is off doing incredible things. Miss Christina Ariel, who normally plays Sila919. You all should follow her on Twitter at Christina Ariel, KrystinArielle. She's doing incredible stuff. She is the host of the Star Wars High Republic show. You should go check that out on the YouTubes. Make sure and give her thumbs up, because you know, people are gross and horrible, and we want to uplift our beautiful, wonderful Christina. So go check that out. She has, I don't know what I am supposed to talk about, so just go follow her on Twitter. She'll tell you. I don't want to say anything that I'm not supposed to say. Yeah, so yeah, right. So that's us. Thank you. This has been a delightful and loving outro, and I have loved every minute of it. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. Thank you so much for watching, for supporting us. If you supported the Kickstarter in any way, we super appreciate you. And I think that's where we will leave it for today. We will see you next week for our finale. In the meantime, please stay safe, please stay healthy, please get vaccinated as soon as you can. And as always, happy gaming, y'all. Thank you so much. See you next week. Goodbye.
All right, and hang out. We're gonna go raid the fam data. Dave, it's okay. He is playing some Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I don't know which Mass Effect he's on, because he's an ME2. So we're gonna see if he's doing an ME2. I adore him, and he just did a great Juneteenth event with the fam DJ. So go check out his VODs. We're gonna see what he's doing in Mass Effect, and see you in a week for the finale.
Bye, everybody.